biggest superstars. Kicha Sudeep, the highest paid actor in the Kannada film industry, has announced that he will be campaigning for the BJP. Now, initially, there were reports about Sudeep joining the Saffron Party, but the actor has clarified he will only campaign and not contest or take up any membership.
ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳೇ, ಆದರೆ ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮಾಮ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ನನ್ನ ಚಿತ್ರರಂಗದ ಮೊದಲ ಕಷ್ಟ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ನನ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಬಸವರಾಜ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ ಮಾಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲ್ಲ. So it is called connect, sir. It is a duty and it is a gratitude that I have for this lovable, ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಟುಡೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಅವರ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಂಥ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ತಲೆಬಾಗವನು ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಪರ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ನ.
Now, Sudeep, as you saw, interestingly called Chief Minister Bommai his uncle and said he was the reason that he was with the BJP, not Mr. Modi. Now, Mr. Bommai is facing charges of corruption from the opposition. He was thrilled, as you can see, to see Kicha Sudeep enter the party and said the party will now strategize on how to use the star best. Listen in.
ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ನಟ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಚಾರಧಾರೆಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ ದೇಶದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅವನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಕ್ತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬಂದಂಗಾಗಿದೆ. ಸುದೀಪ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಚಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬಂದಂಗಾಗಿದೆ. ಯುವಕರು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಬೆಂಬಲವನ್ನು ನನಗೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಿಜೆಪಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸುದೀಪ್ ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Now, make no mistake, Kicha Sudeep isn't just another star campaigner. He has been an A-lister for over 2 decades and has several hits to his name even beyond Karnataka, including S.S. Rajamouli's Ega. Besides his superstardom, he comes from the Nayaka community that has a strong sway in the Kalyana region. Notably, this is where Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge hails from, and it will be key to the BJP's fortunes in the upcoming elections. But there's a lot more to Sudeep than his massive popularity and the caste dynamics in Karnataka. The outspoken Kannada superstar has always been very vocal about his views on Hindi imposition. In fact, he even got into a Twitter spat with Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan over Hindi being called the national language. This, ladies and gentlemen, is in stark contrast with the BJP's perceived one nation, one language push that has always faced very strong resistance down south. And Sudeep, like most South superstars, is very high on regional pride. Given his statements and ideological leadings so far, Sudeep donning the saffron seems a bit abrupt, especially since he had vowed not to go anywhere near politics or political campaigning in 2018. But well, you can say everyone is entitled to change their minds in 5 years. The irony of Sudeep's support, though, doesn't end there. His bonhomie with Karnataka Congress chief D.K. Shivakumar and H.D. Kumaraswamy is well documented. It even sparked rumors of him joining the Congress party. Sudeep's mysterious absence from Prime Minister Modi's meet and greet with top stars during his Bangalore visit had also raised a few eyebrows. But the actor then had claimed he was unwell and hence had decided to stay away. Anyhow, as expected, there is a full-blown blowback from the Congress party. The party says, and I'm quoting Randeep Singh Surjewala's Twitter handle, he says, a star is free to choose whomever they want to support, sometimes by the ED and IT, essentially hinting that possibly Mr. Sudeep was under some sort of pressure to join the BJP. Meanwhile, Kicha Sudeep, as you know, is part of a long list of actors turned politicians down south. Barring exceptions like Dr. Rajkumar, most top stars have tried to bank on their demigod status for power. M.G. Ramachandran, MGR, was famously ousted by Karunanidhi and went on to become a cult icon and a chief minister, floating his own outfit, the AIADMK. Jayalalitha, who was also a very famous Tamil actress, took over the reins and headed it until her demise. Similarly, Telugu superstar NTR floated his own outfit and called it the Telugu Desam Party. He climbed to power in just 9 months. While these actors reached the pinnacles in their political careers, not every superstar has been able to convert box office numbers into votes. Riding on his on-screen image, Chiranjeevi, for example, had launched his own outfit in 2008, but eventually ended up merging it with the Congress party. Amidst much euphoria, superstar Rajinikanth too had announced his entry into politics in 2017, but his political career really never took off. His counterpart and fellow Tamil superstar, Kamal Hassan, too, has failed to replicate his superstardom in films to politics. Andhra superstar Pawan Kalyan was believed to be the next MGR or NTR, but despite floating his own party nearly 10 years ago, he's yet to make any significant mark in politics. So the question is, how will Sudeep's saffron turn pan out? Will it do any good for the BJP? Let me go straight across to my colleague Neha, who is joining us on the broadcast. We have Thoya Sakshi, who is live with us from Bangalore as well. Before I go across to Thoya, Neha, you know, Kicha Sudeep joined the BJP in the morning. I want to ask you whether that was a surprise for everyone who tracks Karnataka's politics. If it was a surprise, why was it a surprise? And are you surprised at all with the sort of commentary that is coming in from the Congress party?
Well, Shreya, Kicha Sudeep has clarified, multiple times, of course, through the day that he would be, extending his support to the BJP, though he's not formally, joining the party. But, of course, one thing that's quite interesting here is the way that, he's actually spoken about the current Chief Minister, Basavaraj Bommai. He's gone on to, very categorically say this. And mind you, Shreya, he said this in order to not disappoint his fans. He's gone on to say that, his support is only to Basavaraj Bommai because he views him as, a godly, as a fatherly figure. I beg your pardon. He's also gone on to say that, he is like a godfather to him. But, of course, one thing that's also quite interesting here is that, Kicha Sudeep has been someone who's always, been, of course, quite vocal and concerned about his fan base. And this time around, too, just in order to ensure that he's not really going to be receiving flack from his fans for jumping into politics so quickly, he's gone on to clarify that, he's not joining the party, but that he would be extending his support. Of course, this is quite interesting. We've seen it in the past as well. We had Vivek Oberoi coming down to Karnataka for the last elections where he was campaigning for his mother-in-law, Nandini Alva. So, yes, while you were mentioning a few other big names as well, who've taken that leap from acting to politics, this particularly is going to be really quite interesting, both with the caste equation in Karnataka and also with his fan base and whether at all, those votes are then going to sway in the BJP's favor.
Now we leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. Interesting developments in Karnataka there, and a war of words has already begun. Obviously, given the fact that the state is in election mode, there will be a war of words over every event, big or small. Thank you very much, Neha. It's now time for Mirror Now's Constituency Watch. In this segment, we are traveling across key constituencies in India's IT capital, Bengaluru. We are bringing you the citizens' pulse on key issues that matter, because for us, it's you first. My colleague Thoya Sakshi has been tracking the bustling constituency of Shivajinagar in central Bangalore. Let me go across to her for more details. Thoya Sakshi, it's over to you. Why don't you set up this constituency for us? Tell our viewers why it is important and who is it important to.
So, well, Shreya, absolutely, that elections are in corner and every government make promises after promises, but yet the issues that the Bangaloreans are facing remains the same. And also people know what elections come and go, but yet their demands and expectations are yet to be fulfilled. While walking in streets of Shivajinagar, one thing we realized that the people of Shivajinagar are expecting from their representatives and netas to fulfill their basic needs such as stormwater drains, good roads, and also safety. Here, one thing that we are focusing mainly is the taxes that they are paying and the facilities that they are getting from the government. So right now, I'm standing in Shivajinagar, and I also have few people with me. So let's speak to them and ask what the demands are in this upcoming elections. So, sir, first of all, the elections dates have been announced, and all this while, what are the promises that they were made by the government, and how much are they fulfilled, and what are not fulfilled yet?
Madam, first of all, we are least bothered about the multi-crore scams, what's happening. That is the different part. What we want, what always promises is happening, but no fulfilled promises made till so far. Especially, we are middle class peoples, we are small peoples. What we need is roti, dal, chamal. That is all. So, we are seeing, we are noticing that what is happening, we are seeing the tax has come up and the rates of gas, thrice it has gone up, and the petrol rate, diesel rate. If the diesel rate come, our goods, vegetables, fruits, the rates will come down. Daily requirements rate will come down. We are just hearing about the promises, nothing been happening. So finally what we want is we need to change the government. If the government is changed, we may have some good expectations. Or else our middle class people, they are booting, stamping daily, day by day. And we are daily, we used to sell vegetables and fruits. Even now, everybody inko aadat pad gayi hai to use Paytm. Now we are hearing, past from this month, even Paytm is being charged. Even the poor people who coming to buy vegetables is being charged by 1.1% of taxes. So this in medical there is taxes. No, nothing has been done good. We don't know when our Achhe Din will come. We are, according to me, our Bure Din has been started. So we really seriously need the government should be changed, and the fresh youngsters government, young mind government should come to maintain India, or else the one day will come, we'll suffer like Pakistan, what is happening. If they don't maintain and let them reduce the tax first, let them reduce the petrol rates, or else we seriously stamped and booted, ma'am.
So well, Shreya, these are the demands have been expected by the people of Shivajinagar over here in the upcoming polls. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Thoya Shakshi, for joining us. Now, Bangalore Shivajinagar is a bustling neighborhood built around the Russell Market of 1920s. The area has its own unique charm. Earlier, it was called Black Pali. Some say that name was given by the Britishers. Reason, because Indians used to worship at a church in this locality. In fact, the St. Mary's Basilica Church is still a famous attraction in Shivajinagar. Despite being a Muslim-dominated area, it has a unique blend of all cultures. If you look at the street names, for example, you will find Hindu, Muslim, and Christian ones. Also famous are the old-fashioned tea shops. People usually go there to have a good cutting chai, dine on some street food, and then go shopping at the fruit and meat markets. That's enough ambience. Now let's talk politics. Shivajinagar is a Congress stronghold, and vendors there seem to be unhappy with the double-engine Sarkar. Resentment against the incumbent government, that is Basavaraj Bommai's government, is pretty evident there. My colleague Thoya, who was just speaking to some people there in Shivajinagar, is getting us this report. Take a look.
Shivajinagar, which is a Bengaluru Central District, a Muslim-dominated constituency where Congress have had a strong hold for over a decade, now has a total of 1,98,914 voters. Famous for its Russell Market, bakeries, street food, etc. It also has the oldest church in Bengaluru. This area is pretty much a melting point of all cultures. But there are several issues which has been distressing the citizens for a long time. Overflowing drains, poor infrastructure continues to distress the traffic in this area, already congested, especially during monsoon. So let us feel the pulse of the voters of Shivajinagar. Elections are in corner. Every government make promises after promises. But the situation in Bengaluru remains the same. Today, Mirror Now did a ground check in Shivajinagar constituency on the poor infrastructure. Whereas you can see that right now I'm standing over here in Shivajinagar. The residents of Shivajinagar are miffed over the poor quality of roads in the area. They allege that roads recently laid develop cracks very soon. They also feel that the authorities are not taking enough steps to solve the issues. All the roads in the constituency are in the similar situation. To the people of Shivajinagar and listen to what they are expecting for.
अब तक कोई प्रॉफिट हमारे को नहीं हुआ, बिजनेस वालों को बहुत लॉस हुआ है। इतना लॉस से जिंदगी में कभी नहीं उठाया, कोई सरकार में नहीं उठाया। क्यों करो, जब बीजेपी सरकार आके जब सेंट्रल में बैठी, कर्नाटका स्टेट में बैठी, जीएसटी बढ़ा के छोड़ दिया, 5% लेके 18% जीएसटी करके छोड़ दिया, और पेट्रोल रेट का रेट हैवी करके छोड़ दिया, 100 रुपया आ गया, गैस सिलेंडर 400 रुपया था, 1150 रुपया करके छोड़ दिया। पब्लिक को इतना बर्बाद किया, इतना लॉस किया है, ये सरकार को फिर हम आने नहीं देंगे।
प्रॉब्लम्स कुछ भी तो नहीं है, जो वो बता रहे हैं हमारे कांग्रेस पार्टी में जो अभी खड़े हुए हैं यहाँ शिवाजीनगर के लिए, वो बेहतरीन काम कर रहे हैं। एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं हम आगे चलकर भी और अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं। और जो है ये सरकार जो है दिल्ली में बैठी हुई है हमारी, हम लोगों ने भरोसा करके उनको बिठाया, तो अभी ये बहुत मुश्किल हो रही है, बहुत परेशानी हो रही है, आम आदमी जीना मुश्किल है।
हाँ, एक भी जो है प्रॉफिट नहीं है, पब्लिक को जो है बहुत तकलीफ़ है, खाने पीने को तकलीफ़ है, और फुटपाथ पे जो है बिज़नेस करने वालों को बिज़नेस करने नहीं दे रहे हैं, और गवर्नमेंट से जो है पब्लिक को कुछ भी सपोर्ट नहीं है, हर तरह से जो है परेशान है पब्लिक। हर चीज़ का रेट बढ़ा दिया है, ना सेंट्रल से जो है पब्लिक को फ़ायदा है, ना स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से जो है पब्लिक को फ़ायदा है।
पब्लिक को ऑलरेडी पूरा लॉस हो गया है, बिजनेस में कुछ भी प्रॉफिट नहीं है, सिर्फ लॉस ही चल रहा है। हर एक चीज़ का दाम बढ़ चुका है, पेट्रोल लो, गैस लो, सब्जी लो, कुछ भी लो, सबको जीएसटी लगा के पब्लिक के पास पैसा पूरा खत्म हो गया। हमें ये सरकार को अभी इसके बाद में नहीं चुनेंगे, नेक्स्ट दूसरा सरकार चुनेंगे मैडम।
So like this, there are different voices from the ground in Shivajinagar constituency, where our people are really suffering from their own issues, and this is what they're expecting from the upcoming elections. With video journalist Pradeep, this is Toya Jakshi reporting for Mirror Now from Bangalore.
Okay, that was a profile from Shivajinagar, one of the key constituencies in Bengaluru. But the man today who's making headlines is Kannada superstar Kicha Sudeep. Kasturi Shankar is an actor. She's joining us on the broadcast. Dr. Sumansi Raman is a political analyst. He's joining us as well on the broadcast. Kasturi, thank you very much. Dr. Sumant Raman, good to see you. Kasturi, let me come to you first. What do you make of Kicha Sudeep's rather sudden saffron turn? I ask you this question, Kasturi, because, you know, we've seen pictures of him with H.D. Kumaraswamy. We have seen pictures of him with D.K. Shivakumar. We have seen pictures of him with other Congress leaders. He's been very vocal about Hindi imposition. So as far as political leanings go, you would not think that Sudeep has political leanings with the BJP. So what explains the saffron turn according to you? And will he be good for the BJP?
Very good question. I believe that not just Sudeep, also another superstar, Darshan, has also been tipped to join BJP today. I don't know if that happened. I apologize for the noise here. I'm in the middle of a shooting spot. As far as Sudeep is concerned, yes, he was never really identified with any one party. And it is quite a surprise that he is joining the BJP today. I don't think anybody foresaw that. But that said, I don't think he's got any particular conflict with any party as well. He'll fit in with any party. He's a superstar. I think BJP in this equation, they're both going to be beneficiaries. Sudeep definitely, with the elections just weeks away, he's definitely going to probably, he must have been promised a plum post or some kind of quid pro quo for sure. We'll have to wait and see what Sudeep's reward is for joining right now. For the BJP, it's a do or die game in Karnataka right now, and they are leaving no stone unturned to ensure that the public favor is towards them. So I think having a big face is a huge benefit for them in campaigning. If he actually shows up and is able to rule crowds, which I think he will, it is going to be benefit BJP.
Dr. Sumant, would you want to come in here? Kasturi is saying, you know, he has no beef with any of the parties. He's gotten along well across the political spectrum. As I said, he has friends in the Congress as well. That is very visible. We've seen him with H.D. Kumaraswamy as well. That has been very visible as well. But to me, you know, the last time Kicha Sudeep made headlines for the right reasons or the wrong reasons was regional pride, when Ajay Devgan spoke of Hindi as being India's national language. And here was Kicha Sudeep saying, no, that's not right. And in fact, getting into a public spat with him and correcting him rather publicly. So what would you assume? Yeah. You would assume that his leanings aren't towards the BJP. Turns out he has joined the BJP. Now, the Congress conspiracy theory, Dr. Raman, and I'm sure you've already seen Randeep Singh Surjewala's tweet. He's saying, well, any superstar is, you know, free to choose whichever party they want to join, either by will or by force by the ED and IT, almost hinting that Kicha Sudeep is in some sort of trouble and has been blackmailed into joining the BJP. That is the conspiracy theory. Would you respond to that?
Look, let's look at it very objectively. From his statement, I understand that he is going to campaign for the BJP. Now, does that make him a primary member of the party? No, because he himself has clarified, saying that he will be campaigning for Mr. Bommai and for whoever candidates whom Mr. Bommai requests him to campaign for. And he has clarified that he is not planning to contest the elections and so on. Importantly, it's very likely that I don't know whether you saw the event, but you know, there was hardly a smile on his face. It almost looked like, I mean, like the Twitter world has been talking about. Looks like the agencies have something on him, and you know, he's been sort of dragged kicking and screaming into this. But look, if he was so committed to the saffron cause, nothing prevented him from joining up earlier. And the very fact that the BJP is now having to, you know, desperately look around for movie stars is itself a measure of which way the election wind is actually blowing. And even the fact that Sudeep is not willing to formally, you know, take the plunge. In fact, even in this event, he said, I have friends in all political parties. D.K. Shivakumar is also a friend, and so on. So that itself shows that perhaps he's under some kind of pressure. You never know what they have on him. And maybe that is what has forced him to come up with this messy compromise where he says, I will campaign for the party, I will not contest, I will not join, but you know, I will campaign for whoever Mr. Bommai asked me to campaign for. So I don't think it is, I think, you know, somebody jumping in 3 weeks, 4 weeks before an election is extremely unlikely. Yes, you know, he is a big star, but beyond that, I don't believe that, you know, the days where a star joining a political party can sway the elections. I believe across India, including in Karnataka or Andhra or Telangana or Tamil Nadu, I think that those days are behind us. So I don't think that one star can swing an election anymore, whatever be his charisma, and certainly not by jumping into the fray 3 weeks before an election.
True. True. When you jump in, when you jump into the campaigning fray 2 or 3 weeks before the election, a stink is going to be raised. There are questions that are going to be asked. Kasturi, And Mr. Raman, can you give me 2 minutes? I have two callers with me, and let's hear what the people of Bangalore are saying about this. Shivam is calling from us from Bangalore, and Srinivasan is calling us from Bangalore. Let's go to Shivam first. Shivam, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I would like to say that Mr. Sudeep is a very hardworking man, and he is one of the most prominent film stars of Kannada industry. And he comes from a scheduled tribe background, and it's very good that people from such background are becoming the face of political campaign in India. And already people from OBC and ST community are behind BJP, so it will further increase BJP's reach in these communities. And Mr. Sudeep is a very hardworking, honest man. So I'm very, as a Kannada, I feel very proud that he is joining BJP, and I hope he does well for the people of the country. And
Okay, thank you very much, Shivam. But again, the fact is, yes, he may be the face of the BJP. Well, he's not really the face of the BJP. He's the star campaigner for the BJP in the Karnataka elections. The face for the BJP will be Mr. Bommai, or at least I'm fairly certain that is what Mr. Bommai will be hoping. His closest rival, Mr. Yedurappa, is threatening retirement. He's already retired. So Mr. Bommai would be hoping that he's the face and not anyone else, Kicha Sudeep. But we could see Mr. Bommai smiling and grinning from year to year, as if he's landed his hands on a golden apple. Will Kicha Sudeep end up being that golden apple for the BJP? Let's wait and watch. Srinivasan, you're calling us from Bangalore. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening. My only saying is Mr. Kicha Sudeep, he is very famous, and he is first a citizen and then an actor, just like anybody else. In what way is he less than any other politician? These conspiracy theories are crap, and I'm sure that India needs youngsters like them, like Mr. Kicha Sudeep and others, irrespective of their profession. And it is good for the country, and if they have good ideas and they come up, it is good for the country. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Srinivasan, thank you very much. Kasturi and Mr. Suman, thank you very much as well. I'm completely out of time. I thought we could have a longer discussion on this. Seems I'm completely out of time. Too many breaks, too many commercial breaks. What can I say? Thank you very much. Thanks. I'm slipping into a break. There's some news on Donald Trump coming up. You really want to hear what he's saying about his own country. That's up next. Do stay with us.